Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World, and today I am playing with some of my pre-order stuff. New catalogue is live now, so everybody can get it. And these days that I've used here today were, as soon as I saw them, I knew what I wanted to make with them. They're amazing. I love them. I'm in love with them. They are my favourite day at the minute. This is them, and they're called Countryside Corners Days, and you just get the gradient size of each day. They do come as a bundle if you want to get the stamp set. I didn't bother with the stamp set. I just hadn't the confidence to be sure I would get it in the right place, but having watched some demos there, it looks pretty easy. So if you fancy it, go ahead and get it with it and save yourself a bit of money. I'm happy enough with the dies at the minute. That's what I've used. The lovely papers that have gone, this is an older version. I used my scrap paper for this that is retired. I just want to get my measurements right and sort myself out. This is the finished one. It's lovely Boho blue, which is one of the new in colours. There's actually quite a nice variety of in colours, so different from what we're used to. Copper clay, moody mauve, pebbled path, and wild white, and like that kind of has sort of goldish things. This could go with nearly a leather look if you're making handbags. And they are nice colours, but I love the freshness of the Boho blue, and I had been dying to get my hands on the colours since I got my wee machine, and the colour just is lovely. But these papers here is the ones I've used, and they're called Countryside in 12 by 12, and they just, as soon as I saw the blues, that was me. You'd think being called Pinky, you'd go for pink, but blue is my favourite colour, believe it or not. So these ones have like lovely dark colours on the back sides, and these are rabbits, would you believe? They're lovely for a wee boy's card, a wee boy's album. Wee birds, lovely lovely backgrounds. Aren't they? Really pretty papers. These will definitely be well used. Lovely vintage nearly, make a lovely handbag. Lovely stripes in the back. These are wee foxes. Spotty background, and the last one is like trees, like in a forest nearly. It's lovely, really pretty, and there's balmy blue colours in it, and native navy colours, and misty moonlight is the other one, so you'll not be spoiled for choice to match it up. But anyway, this is the wee bag. I've put a wee insert to match on both sides, a wee accordion type thing. It just closes rather than going with stickies and magnets and whatever. I just did the closure in under the flap, and there's plenty of space in there to pop. It's 1/2 inch wide, so you can easily get whatever you need to get in there for a small gift. Even a wee candle or anything will go in there. So, and it just flips under nicely. So that's what we're going to make now that I've wore you out with all that information. So you need to get your dies and start cutting out. The largest die in this will cut your background. And, if you radiated it down, you could start with this one and work your way down, make a smaller bag. Depends on what you want, but you have the option there. So this one fits perfectly there. And then go to your second size down and do your DSP to match. And we're just going to stick that to this paper right now to give it time to dry so that I can score them both together rather than scoring separately and then trying to match it up. I want it to hold well, but I also don't want it to spew over, which usually is what it does for me. So line that up in the center. They're pretty easy to line up. And then we'll just let that dry. I'm going to give it a wee nice wee smooth. I want it to really take that paper before I score it. So the next bit, you need 2 handles, obviously. So for this, I have used this one. So that's the 1, 2, 3, third size out. So cut it in that, and then go to the next size in, and that cuts out your centerpiece, and that forms your wee frame of a handle. Then you need a piece for your closure, and that's this one. Second one in, and then use the next one, the smallest one, to cut your DSP to match it perfectly. And then you just need this cut out in white, and then we're going to mat it onto some Boho blue. So that is it. So we're leaving that to dry. We're going to stick this one here in place as well, because we'll be folding it and we want it to be perfectly dry as well. But it's a cinch for these days. All the measurements and stuff is done for you. So nice and easy on a tired head, isn't it? Right, so we're going to leave that. We'll give it a wee smooth just. And let it take. We're going to, while we're waiting on those taking, we're going to cut this in half, or well, not even in half. We're going to cut it down to 1.5 inches each. The first bag I made, I did 1 3/4 inches. The second one, I brought it down. I thought it was a bit too bulky, too big. You know, just looked out of size. I don't know what I'm looking to say there, but you know what I mean. So I'm down to 1.5, and I think it works. It's neater. It's, you know, it looks more natural, is what I'm trying to say. My God, it's actually lashing outside at the minute. Lashing in the month of May. I'm really lucky. Right, so I'm lining that up to 1.5, holding it steady so I get it nice and straight, and then just pop the other side of it in, and that's your 2 handles. You could double these up if you want, but I mean, you're not going to be putting anything that heavy in there that you'd need a real sturdy. Just make sure they're sitting okay. And chop it, and that's your 2 handles. We're going to stamp our wee sentiment now, so that it gives these more time to dry. And the sentiment I've used is from this wee set here, Timeless Arrangements, which is full of lovely sentiments and stuff. I think it comes with a die set too. Did I get that die set? I think I did. Timeless Arrangement. Yeah, Timeless Arrangement. So I'll give you a wee sneak peek of this. I haven't even opened it. How bad? And I bet you there's a nice die in there to cut this. We'll see. I haven't had a minute to play till now, so I'm not even sure what I've got myself. Oh, they're nice. Oh yes, I remember now. How bad is that? Like, these are the ones that the cut out items, you know, and then you would use, like, say, your sentiment over the top of that. So they tuck in, and you're left with these lovely wee, like, leaves and stuff. Oh, there's lots to do in that there. That's nice. I completely forgot it was that long ago. But look, there is a thing. I could nearly use that to go around this, but I'm just going to hand cut it today. I just wanted to show you that. So pretty pleased with that too. Sometimes you order in pre-order and you totally forget what you have, and then when it comes you're nearly disappointed. Should I have ordered that? But I have been lucky enough this time round. Oh, can't get that together. So that gives you an idea of that. That is the set I'm using anyway, and we're going with You Are the Best. So sort of generic. It'll do any occasion, won't it? So with this cut, you just need to be careful that it's sitting nice and flat. Sometimes when it comes out of the die cutting machine, it curls a wee bit. Do you want it to be nice and flat so that your sentiment sits perfectly? And just get over the top of it. Ink on the end there, do you see that? Off you go. So just my poor husband's out playing golf and that, he was soaked. So I'm trying to center that between the 2 indents there. Hoping for the best. I'm trying to keep my head out of your road. Not too bad. Not as perfect as I'd like it to be, but get right over the top of it if you're doing it, if you're not videoing. So what we want to do now is stick that to a wee piece of the Boho blue and just cut it out so that it's framed a wee bit, just to make it less white looking. Oh my God, you would not believe that's torrential rain out there. And we have our wee grandson's first communion tomorrow. And if the weather's going to be like that, pity the wee girls in their lovely wee dresses. Fingers crossed for them. So just give yourself a nice wee margin either side. You're just framing it, no more, nothing too bulky. And then cut up your ends in a wee bit, just so that you can follow the wee flagged shape there as best as you can. It doesn't look too healthy. It's a bit better. So you just cut it down towards the point, but don't go the whole way, and then just follow the shape. And that will do the job. So we should be ready now to move on with our handbag. So get yourself a scoreboard. Just use the wee one because I just ain't got room. So you want to go in and score this at 2 1/4 inches. And then go to 2 3/4 inches. Just give it a good score because you're going right through the paper and the card. So make sure you're happy and everything's got that shape. And then we'll give them a wee score. Or a wee burnish, I should say. Just to get the nice creases. And of course I forgot to cut my wee accordion papers again. Right, I'm going to go off and cut these. You need 2 pieces of the matching DSP. And you need them to measure, where are they? 2 inches by 1 3/8 inch. So pretty easy. 2 inches by 1 3/8. So that's your pieces. You want to show the nice piece on the outside. So you need to go in and do a wee bit of scoring. And we're going to score it at every 1/2 inch. So that's all you need. So you want one piece to sit like this because we're going to attach that to the bag. So you want this part sticking out the ways like so. Just make sure you're lined up properly. And then that one sits back. That is desperate looking, isn't it? That was well scored. Not. So make sure you get a nice wee neat concertina folded wee W. Same here. One folds out the ways. The other one you're making a mountain. And then back to your valley. Now we need to attach these to the side of our purse. We're going to attach them to the back side or front side, whatever it is, with a wee bit of glue. Keep going out of camera, I forget myself. So line that up with your pattern showing out and line it up with the crease, the fold along here. But go in a wee bit. You don't need to be right out to the edge. Go in slightly so that the point of it doesn't stick out when your bag is like so. If you do it right to the edge, it's going to come out here and you don't want to see it. So just leave that to dry and we'll do the other side. Just a bit of, I don't think it matters what way the pattern's running, so long as it's a matching pattern. So again, go to the other side of your bag. Again, leave a wee strip that you can see of the boho blue. Make sure it's down nicely both sides. And then just seal it. And that is your wee concertina part done. Now you have to attach it to the other side. So you need to put glue on both strips at this time because you'll not get it back opened again. Make sure, now mine's kind of going out there over it, so get your burnisher and just pull that back in where it belongs. And don't be afraid of clip it a wee trim if you feel it. If you've stuck the first piece down and you're not happy where this one goes, just give it a wee slight trim. Just a wee bit. Put your glue on. And then we're going to fold these up. Make sure that's facing the right way. And then line that up so you can see it there. Just make sure it's right down. Lined up and in slightly, not coming right out to the edge again, leave that wee gap. And then just press it with your fingers. Same on the other side. It's a wee bit fiddly. Just grip it and line it right to the bottom. And just press it. And that should take, hopefully, just press it all the way down so that you have it nicely sealed at both sides. And that gives you the nice wee concertina look and a wee bit of give in your packaging. So now you don't need that. You need to get the piece that you have for your closure, fold it in half. This doesn't score completely in half because it's just slightly off either score. So just do it with your fingers. Fold it in half and give it a good burnish. And then choose which one looks nice for you. And I'm going to, I like this one at the front, so I'm going to put glue on this one. So you're only gluing one side of it. And you don't need to go right up to the rim. You want a wee bit of leeway there. So again, choose which one's your front and your back. It shouldn't make any difference. Like, make sure they're lining up nicely. And then we're going to put this in the center. Hold the front down so that if you hold the back, it's going to stick before you're ready. You want to get it between these two nicely. Needs it over a wee tiny bit. And then just press it at the back. And that gives you your nice wee closure. So now we have our handles to do. So if you go to the back, put a wee dab of glue at either side of your bag, of your closure. Just either side. Not too much, you don't need to go mad. And get one set of it and just line it up so it butts up to the paper there. And it butts up to your closure. That's where you want it sitting. So it gives you a wee guideline. Put it up both sides and then press it. And then we're going to do the front one. So again, in with your glue, a wee blob at either side. And then just go in. And again, butt it up with that paper and with your closure. And also check that it's lining up with your back handle. You can see I'm way too generous, even with that wee tiny blob. Just doesn't need a whole lot. So just double check everything, get excess away and just press it, and there you have your nice wee handbag. So now we need to put this on to hold the closure in place. I'm just going to put a small square, like a dimensional. Part of a dimensional is enough really. And put them right up to either side. And then just remove your backs. Hold your closure and then butt that up to the end of the DSP and then try and get it central. Don't commit to it till you're happy. I think that's okay. And that is that done. And then just to finish it all off, you want to add some nice wee gems. So I'm just going for the small ones, just like the wee bolts holding your bag together. And you can put 2 in the back as well if you wanted. So that is our wee boho bags, and they're very pretty. I was going to add the boho blue ribbon, but it's a wee bit too thick for that. Maybe a small thin piece of white ribbon or something might be nice and fresh if you wanted it. But either way, they're pretty nice. I think that paper's gorgeous. I'm really in love with this colour. So I'll have everything listed down below, and I'll hopefully be back next week with something different. Catch us all again, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.